Welcome to Orioles Digest. I'm your host, Kam Brice. And before you do anything, you know I say this in every video, hit that subscribe button. Guys, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. Keep pushing. Thank you guys for joining this channel. It's been one of the best things we've created, and we're so happy to bring you daily updates about the Baltimore Orioles that you don't want to miss. The Baltimore's made a shaky move today. They signed Dylan Carlson to a 1 year deal, who is the St. Louis Cardinals' best prospect in 2020. So we're going to talk about him today and whether this is a good or bad move for the Baltimore Orioles. Is this a good or bad move for the Baltimore Orioles? Last season, Dylan Carlson hit 3 home runs with 25 RBIs, had an on base percentage of 287, only 22 walks, and 235 at bats. He had 49 hits, 2 stolen bases, but 75 strikeouts, and this could be concerning for multiple Orioles fans. Now, before you judge this move, Dylan Carlson will play the same role that Ryan McKenna used to play for the Baltimore Orioles for several years. I don't expect him to be in the lineup every other day. I expect him to be their replacement in the bench role or somebody to just fill in from time to time. Or if the Orioles are getting blown out, he'll have some opportunities. This is not a move everyone should be upset about. We already know Dylan Carlson has not been the same since his 2021 season. Let's not forget, he was the finalist for the National League Rookie of the Year in 2021. He was amazing, had over 15 home runs, batted over 260, well over 50 RBIs. He was one of the best rookies in baseball at that time, but since then, he hasn't been the same. He's been a great outfielder. He has amazing arm strength, but his only problem is his lack of consistency on offense. He's batted under 250 the last 4 years of his career. So that's concerning for Orioles fans. Why did Mike Elias go out and sign him? I don't think it's a bad move. Like I said before in multiple videos, the Baltimore's needed another outfielder to play that similar role with Ryan McKenna. You have Heston Kjerstad, you have Tyler O'Neill, you now have Dylan Carlson, Cedric Mullins, Colton Cowser, and hey, Dylan Beavers could possibly be up to the MLB anytime soon. I expect the Orioles to probably start him in AAA, and if he shows good signs, then they could bring him up to the MLB in case Heston Kjerstad is playing bad, Cedric Mullins or Tyler O'Neill gets injured. Then you could fill him in that role from time to time. One, this is a low risk for a high reward. If he can go back to the same player that he was in 2021, well, the Baltimore's found the diamond in the rough, but I don't expect that. It's a depth piece. He'll play the Ryan McKenna role. I'll say that once again. It's something Orioles fans should not freak out about. So, what does this mean for the future of the Baltimore Orioles? Before we get into the next topic, I want to talk about how Carlson and Tyler O'Neill were teammates a few years back when they both played for the St. Louis Cardinals. That was when Carlson was at the top of his game and O'Neill was in his prime when they were helping the Cardinals win games. But it was worth mentioning that he's bringing that chemistry that him and Tyler O'Neill had in St. Louis. So maybe they've seen the culture from over there and they can help these young guys out a lot. Carlson is still very young, only 26 years old. Low risk for a high reward, but I don't think this impacts the Baltimore Orioles' future at all. Could signing Carlson mean that the Baltimores are currently working on a trade for Luis Castillo and Dylan Cease? We know the Padres made Michael King available, which was surprisingly. I'm surprised that they would rather move on from Michael King than Dylan Cease, knowing they still have years on Michael King contract and Dylan Cease will be looking for a big market contract the next offseason. So that was concerning for me. And no, the Baltimore's don't need to go out and get Michael King. He's not a frontline starter. If you want a frontline starter, you go out Luis Castillo or Dylan Cease. Now I've done so many different types of trades and so many different types of scenarios, and I've gave you guys, and it just feels like the Baltimores are not going to give up prospects. But now adding Dylan Carlson is giving people ideas that maybe Mike Elias is working on a deal that's going to bring in another type of talent desperately need. But I still think Carlson will play in the AAA. I don't think he'll have that much time in the MLB. I'll go back to again. It's my third time going back to it, but the Ryan McKenna situation. I want you guys to get that into your head. He'll play the same role as Ryan McKenna. He's a better outfielder, probably not as good as a hitter as Ryan McKenna, but outfield offensively, What would you rather have in a guy? The Baltimore Orioles need defenders in the outfield in case someone gets hurt. And if Carlson can make up from his defense to his offense, then I'll take that as a plus. A lot of people are going to question Mike Elias. You're making all of these dumb moves. They're not making sense, but he's trying to develop this team. I want to ask you guys this question because I've seen on social media a lot of people been mad at David Rubenstein for not going out spending money. Same with Mike Elias and his staff. Do you want the Baltimore Orioles to win for the next 1 to 3 years, or do you want them set up for the next 10 to 20? I want them set up for the next 10 to 20. So everything that these owners and his scouting department is doing, they're trying to set this team up for the long run. You don't trade all of those guys for one starter who you think can make you a World Series push. Honestly, you make a World Series push right now, you're going to get beat by the Los Angeles Dodgers. Let's just be honest. I expect the Dodgers to run it back. They have that much talent. But the Baltimore's can make noise in the AL with this current rotation that they have. Yes, this current rotation is good enough to get them to the playoffs. On the other hand, the offense has to make a huge jump. Cedric Mullins has to go back to how he was a couple years ago. Gunnar Henderson has to repeat last year. Adley Rutschman has to be better. Colton Cowser has to take that next big jump. Kobe Mayo has to be an everyday player. Ryan Mountcastle has to go back to his old self, and Jackson Holliday has to be that generational player. So all of these guys have to produce for the Orioles to get to that point they want to go to. I don't think they win a World Series in the next 1 to 3 years, but I think they will win one in the next 5 to 15 years, maybe multiple, maybe two or three, but it's all about the long run. It's a process in the MLB, just like the 76ers had back with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Trust the process. You ruin the process, you ruin the development plan of your team. The Baltimore Orioles are doing everything to set themselves up for the long term run. So I ask you this question again. You want to win now, or you want to have a good franchise for the next 10 to 20 years? Because we've already seen over the last 15 years, the Baltimore's have been one of the worst organizations in sports. We don't want that to happen again. So let's calm down. Let's take a step back. Let's get ready for spring training. Let's enjoy the rest of this offseason and hope the Baltimore's can take that next big jump in 2025. Thank you for joining the Orioles Digest. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on post notifications. Guys, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. Keep hitting that button because once we hit, I have a surprise for all of you.